everybody. Kenny Jr. here, and welcome back to Stick to Games. In today's episode, I'm just going to be giving you a quick couple of ideas for some flavor enhancements for your drums, mostly centered around the musical cue. So to give a quick definition, a cue is a musical line that is hit by multiple instruments, sometimes as few as 2 instruments, sometimes all instruments. And it's a musical line that is played just about in unison. Usually this is done to add emphasis to a particular part of a song. And of course they add a lot of flavor to the song as well. And this compositional device is heard in just about every genre of music. You've heard it in rock, you've heard it in pop, you definitely hear it in jazz, R&B. You hear cues just about everywhere. They're so subtle, but they add so much more to the music. So when hitting cues on drums, what we tend to do is we tend to match the rhythmic element, and we add our part by doing sound effects and filling in any gaps found in the music to help keep things moving along. In addition, we'll also be talking about the halftime fill in greater detail. To give a quick recap, the halftime is where we shift the snare to the 3rd beat of each measure instead of the 2 and 4. And this helps to give the track a slower and groovier feel without actually changing the tempo. And all of this will be covered on today's track, Final Fantasy Mystic Quest, the Normal Battle Theme by Ryuji Sasai. So if you're ready to check this one out, let's take it to the set. So in the beginning, we open up with a quick little 2-count pickup. That's a cool little fill here. A flam tap, closing with a flam that splits to an open hi-hat, and then a little 4-piece from snare to tom 1. Next, we get into a little rock beat. Nothing too difficult, but we do want to take special note of the crashes. This is the first example of cues because the crashes match the rhythm of the guitar part. This happens in measures 2, 4, 5, and then in 6, we have an example of filling in the gap between the cue and the next major downbeat. Then, B holds our primary pattern, which is just another 8-beat with a similar kick part. However, we notice again the crashes matches the guitar part and a little bit of the lead. And now, for another example of a song flavor enhancer, C brings us to our halftime rhythm. Notice how our snare drum comes on the 3 instead of the 2 and 4. This will give us our groovy feel. You'll probably also notice significantly less kick as well. Just a compositional choice here because it leaves a lot of room for the other ideas, and it keeps things less distracting, but there's no real reason that a busier kick drum couldn't be employed here as well. And as an extra note, this would be a great time to open up and accent off of the ride bell alongside this groove. And as far as the groove goes, that just about does it, because D is simply a repeat of A but 4 times in a row, so we're just about done with this track. Hopefully this gives a good idea of how to utilize drums for cues and how halftime grooves can have a powerful impact on the flow of the track. So, if all of this makes sense, let's go ahead and run it from the top. And alright everybody, that just about covers everything we had to talk about today. If you enjoyed this video, please remember to hit that like button and also subscribe so you can see my future videos. Remember to hit me up on social media, Instagram or Twitter, if you want to make a special request for a video or if you just want to drop by and say hi. Also be sure to check out my website where you can find these transcriptions as well as other content that I produce. I hope you enjoyed everything today and I hope to see you again soon. Till next time.